Hi there, it's Lori Christos with Madonna and Child Jewelry, and I tried posting a video the other day and something really wacko happened, and it started out normal and then I started to sound like the devil, and it was like a 20-minute one that stretched for like an hour. It was freaking me out, like, whoop! So I was like, no, and I didn't even want to fix it because I don't even know if I could have fixed it. I know, I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm like, I'll just reshoot it tomorrow. Maybe there's something in there that people didn't want to, maybe they shouldn't have heard. I don't know, but my hands are dry. So anywho, I don't even have any jewelry on. Oh my God, I feel bare, but that's okay. Maybe I'll try some rings on or something. But the first thing I was going to show in that video was there's a couple of things, I've explained before that I rework stuff. So like you might see something 2 days ago and been like, oh yeah, that's the way she did it. And then like I might come back 3 days later and go, it's different. And so today I've got a couple like that. So, because I actually may have had them up with prices, but now they're completely different. So I'm going to show you. I do a lot of buying of like, sterling and Navajo style. And I actually had a buy it now on the other day with a couple of like a Texaco and a Rich Begay Navajo. And I was so excited to get like a new person. Actually, she'd reached out before about a piece, but that was love the pieces, and I had great prices, and she nabbed them up and just so excited. So I'm like, well, I'll throw a little more of that out there because I haven't really done that yet. I tend to wait that out. I think it's more of a springy, summery, fall vibe, but everybody's still collecting it like crazy, and I'm still buying it up here and there, so I thought I'd show you. Okay, anyways, this one is the only one I've ever put together with like turquoise and sterling that I could say, not that it was a Madonna and Child, but it was just, I designed it with these pieces. These pieces were like a pendant I had, beautiful 3-inch drop, gorgeous, but like on its own, it wasn't like rivaling other pieces of mine. And I don't want to just sell it for, like $45, just one piece. So I'm like, maybe I can make my own charm necklace, like with these kind of pieces. So I was working on it and I hung that there. And then later I had added, and I'll show you the other piece to it. I don't have it here. I got to get it. But these were earrings. They were super pretty. They're like turquoise, coral. I don't know if it's simulated turquoise or, Sleeping Beauty. I don't follow that stuff that closely, but they're sterling. And as an earring, I bought a matching cuff. And I don't like to match my stuff. So I'm like, I don't want the earrings. I'm never going to wear them. I'm going to wear different ones if I wear that cuff. So I just split it up and I bookmarked it there. And I liked the way they were right and left and they turned in. And so I had it like this for a while. And it just, it wasn't like thrilling me. And I'm like, I'm going to keep an eye out because they're inexpensive. Instead of pendants, and a pair of pendants are impossible. So that's why earrings work really well when you're trying to balance something or create jewelry and you want to save some money. So these are these gorgeous sterling. They're actually cut out. So the black or that you see is actually just going back because there's no opening. So it's not open work. It's only open in the front. And I love that black kind of ties into the little shadow boxing there. And I don't know, I just think it's great. So the whole point about this and why I made it to be less is because it was a little trickery of mine that I've shown in a video. It's not on sterling silver beads. They're not Navajo pearls. They're just, they were just a costume silver bead. I mean, you would never know the difference, okay? That came in, I don't remember if it was I don't really remember what costume designer it was, but they were brighter. And so I have this trick I've shown in a video where I will just throw metal, into metal darkener. And it's just a solution. And I do that a lot to patinas together. If I have something that's a smidge off or a smidge too light, but you have to be really careful, because when you have a fresh bottle, it'll turn this black, and if you go get a cup of coffee, it'll come back, it'll be pitch black. So you gotta stare at it, and I eyeballed it pretty good, took it out probably in 20 seconds, and it looks like now we're 100% sterling here. It just had a shepherd's claw on it, so it's so easy. And I don't know, I just think it's cute. And I saved like, $100 for sure for just sterling beads, whether they're Navajo pearls, which makes them more because I have a pair for sale right now anyways. I can show you again. But so I'm going to show you that, okay? And now let's compare it, because I'm going to get off my butt if I can find it really quickly, to a Navajo pearl. This was I might actually even do a comparison video. I've actually done those before, and they're kind of fun. Okay, sorry. And now I'm going to grab another box of jewelry. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I like to fly by the seat of my pants. I would never make notes. I just don't roll like that. I would suck. So here, I'll put it side by side. I'll take it off this. Okay. I'll show you that one too. Okay, so this one is the real deal. I actually have it up in another Buy It Now video where I had it featured with a Navajo belt, and the belt was conch, and it was this shape, and it was like gorgeous together, but it's pricey. It's marked on the back by the designer. It's Tommy Secataro Sterling Navajo, so it's the real deal Navajo. It says it's dragonfly turquoise. I loved it because when I layer a lot, I don't want 8 million stones, and these are the legit 16-inch, you can tell with the oxidation, Navajo pearl. So yes, it's darker because it's definitely, this is nowhere near is the age of this. But I'm going to show it to you side by side. So, there's little things you have to do. Like, if you're buying a lot of pendants, and you don't always, and you want to layer the beads, because they are beautiful bead. And I show that in a lot of my shorts, and I love to wear it that way. It's also very expensive. It gets heavy. So this is the real deal, which I do have up on a short, and I'm going to lower the price today because I'm doing all Buy It Nows today at like a sale price before I have a ton of new stuff coming in. And I don't like to overwhelm myself with, these are expensive pieces, and I don't want boxes and bins and stuff under my bed. I want them out for me to see, for me to wear if, they're not for selling. They're all, basically, I have a big jewelry box. This room is my big jewelry box. I'm not going to go, oh, I'm going to wait and sell it. No, I mean, if I sell it, it's for sale. If you don't buy it, it stays in my jewelry box, just like everybody else's jewelry box. But they have boxes and boxes. I only have one box, but it's a bedroom or a studio. Okay, so anyways, I talk a lot. Okay, zip it. This one, Navajo, I think I had it up for $250-ish, and I'm going to just go to 2. I mean, that's the least I could ever take. You've got the real Navajo beads. You've got this gorgeous pendant. It's a feather. It's like 3 inches, including the bail, and it has an extender, so it's like 16, 17 inches, and it's sterling clasp and extender, okay? Don't say okay. I'm just showing you that. Now, here we're comparing. Now, yes, this, when you look at the patina, it's darker, but, if I put this one away, could you really tell that this whole thing wasn't sterling? Because you're looking at 5 pieces hanging from it that are. So this bead, when it might have been a little too off in the patina because these are a little brighter. This one was, put together originally with that, so the patina, it matches because that's been together for I don't know how long or when this was created. There's no date, but so setting this aside, $200 if you want like the real deal, stunning, elegant. I think it's a little bit of a snake deal there. I can't tell. It looks like he's got a head, a little like. I don't know, I guess the mine was dragon, I don't know, let me read it again. Dragonfly Turquoise, Nevada. So, I don't know if that mine's open, closed, the age, but I just know I love it. $200. I could make it $195 if that would sound better. So it's up to you if you want to grab it. And this one that I created, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces on fake beads, I would sell for $125. Look at all that. So $200 the real deal, $125 partially not sterling right here, but you're getting a huge look. And you know what? It's like I can't even afford a squash blossom. I see them, I want them, I start bidding, and then, you know, I go to bed, I wake up, and it's double the price, and I couldn't even carry it off. They're so heavy. So this is my version of a squash blossom for $125. And anybody, you know, that loves a little bit of one-of-a-kind flair and something, you know, that's got a funky vibe. I mean, it's much more funky than, you know, some of these other pieces. Should nab it up for $125 because I'll probably never make one again. It was just a fluke, okay? I hate okay, but there you go. All right, time to move my fan. Why do I wear sweatshirts? I don't have a clue. So I'm just going to like go through this stuff until I'm too obnoxious to keep talking and keep going. But what I wanted to show you is if you did like that, this is the matching cuff. So, oh, I put it away already. No, did I? No, I did. Shoot. See, it matches the earrings. And it's got a darker patina on it because it must have been worn and out in the air more than the earrings. But, like, it's a matchy match, but not an exact matchy match. So it goes together cool. And this one would just be, I have $150 on it, but I'd sell it for $65, which is pretty much probably a little less than I paid or break even. $65, $125, for less than $200, you can have like some mega major bougie turquoise. Okay, moving on. What else do I have? I'm gonna put a ring on. I feel naked. Put on my faves. This one I've never even shown. I love it to death. I just have too much. Here, you want to see something really cool? I can't. Look at that one. Isn't that gorgeous? Like, this is not for sale, but one day, Lori will buy something that replaces it. Okay. This one I have on a short. I think it's gorgeous. It's massive. I've shown it in a short. I have it on TikTok for like $3.45. There's over 1,000 views. If I would drop the price over there, I would probably get a sale, but I would rather, I want like a clientele here, even if it's YouTube clientele. I'm used to being, you know, in like boutiques and stuff, having clientele of the shop that, you know, I meet during trunk shows and stuff, and I'm just used to, I love talking, obviously, and selling, I was a pretty top salesperson when I was in retail, and I just love talking to people, and when I have a passion for what it is, otherwise, snooze fest. But this is to die. I showed you already. It's massive, and I would never sell this. Like, oh, it's so big, and it's like, of course, I should have just, you know, everything. I'm having that depth perception problem with photos, and to be honest, I'm not smart when it comes to like, what is it, millimeters? Like, I just 2 inches. I mean, do I have to go to Google search to find out how big 30 millimeters? I don't know. I'm not a jeweler. I'm not, you know, a gemologist. Like, just put freaking inches on it. And I would have known it was a little too big for me, but I don't mind that I bought it because it's beautiful. And when I do shows, I love having outstanding pieces. So I even throw in my own that I have no intention of selling. I've even mentioned this before at my shows, and I just mark them way up because I want people to go by and go, whoa, wait, that's really cool. That's really unique. And I'm like, yeah, I probably won't sell it, but take a look at it. And you know what? If you hit that number on the tag, because I've marked it way up so it kind of doesn't sell at my shows. I mean, these are just my tricks of the trade. I've been doing this for 30 years, and this is just what I do. And I'm just being honest. I mean, I didn't want to sell it. If this fit me, I would never sell it. So I tried at a little high here at $295, and I'm going to drop it to, I think I dropped it to $225. I think that's a great deal, but I don't want to go any lower because at that point, I have season, like Mother's Day and summer shows coming, and I would put it back up for like $2.95 easily. And then my booth would look like major. I don't want to have a million of the dinkies. And what's so funny is, again, depth perception. So $2.25. And it's sterling. I mean, it doesn't have like any signing on it, but sterling. And the color of the turquoise is magnificent. Okay. This one, depth perception. I bought this. I think I bought it from Melly, who I love Melly. Melly's jewelry box or something. But she was doing like donate, buy, and I'm going to send all the money to the Florida hurricane victims. I think she had a friend that was displaced. So I felt so sad. And I'm like, yeah, I want a cuff. And, it looks big, right? Because you're going like this. So I'm like, oh, I love that. And it was like, I'm going to tell you, $150 is what I paid for it. And then I get it, and I'm like, well, it's medium sized to me. Like, I'm like, that's not exactly the Whopper I thought I was getting at the good deal of $150, because Melly's prices are phenomenal. And I came and I was a little like, it's cute. I can stack it, right? Like this one, I can stack. But I love stacking, but then, they cling. It's kind of a pain. I'd rather just have, like, stacking is adorbs, right? But then I'd rather just have one big one that doesn't move around, cling, fall off. So these are all for sale. I got this one for $150 from Melly. It's smaller. I have a size 6.5 to 7 wrist. It would fit you if you were that. It has a wide opening, but and it's very like finely made though. Beautiful turquoise. This is like an inch of turquoise. It's about 3 inches spanning across, but these are smaller and delicate. I wish that they were a little more chunky for my vibe. So I paid $150. I'm just selling it for $175 because I paid shipping, and it sounds a little high, but I mean, it's gorgeous. And I paid $150, and I'm a dealer and she's a dealer. So if you want to take it from me, $175. I have to make a little something. I mean, we paid to ship. And I don't know if she charges tax. I can't remember. These two are phenomenal together. These are from different dealers. This is from, I think, Denims to Diamond Susie. It's stunning. It's got the greeny, bluey, browny, veiny, in there. It's got the leaves. I'm going to get out my loop, but I don't think any of these are signed. I just know they're sterling. They don't have an artist, or Texco or anything on it. There's no T. But isn't this gorgeous? I paid up for this because I just liked how fine it was. And I'm like, I like that size. It is another 6 to 7, a little bit bigger, because this one can go up. So I'd say 6 to 7.5-ish if you want to squeeze it. And this one's $125. And it's a smidge more than I paid. A smidge. Nobody's making big bucks over here. I just want to clear it out so I can buy more. I want to clear this out because this stuff has been sitting here forever. And this one, $38, and it's darling. It looks like Zuni. It's very small. It does have hallmarks. I have no idea. They're so old and moldy. I can't read them. Can you see it? But it's beautiful, shadow box, 3 stones, coral, turquoise, etching, $38. So if you have a small wrist and you like to stack, $38. What a deal. I get excited. Okay. Do you want to see something I would never sell? Because I've never shown it. Except they were in a short. But I would never sell these. But ever. Like, if there was a fire. I keep thinking about the fires. It's so sad. And my daughter lives in LA. And all of her friends that she went to college with that had homes in Pacific Palisades, they're gone. I mean, these are wealthy people, but who cares? And I don't know if I said this before. I've been telling all my friends, but I spent 2 Christmas. I go to California. I'm going to yap today. So if you're bored, stick around, but otherwise come back, watch it later and go. Because California to me is my home away from home. My mother lived there. My father lived there for over 30 years. And so that would be any time when I was a single mom and got divorced and I had a daughter, I would go there and visit my mom every holiday. So I'd go like 3 or 4 times a year. And then my mom passed away, and then my daughter was applying for college out there because I'm like, well, I want to move there because my mom's there and she's going to, one day need help and be alone. And you apply for college there, and then, when you graduate and if you get into college there, I'll move there. So just how life, when you think you've, made a plan, whatever that thing is, that saying, when you think life's giving you apples, it gives you oranges. I don't know. But anyways, it's sort of a sweet story. She got into a bunch of California schools, and but it was after my mother had just passed away like a year before, and I would have still moved there. And she got into the best college in the world. So it's not like, oh, mommy, I miss you. I mean, literally, she got into UC Santa Barbara, which is literally on the ocean. She was in the dorm 1 year, and then the rest of college in UC Santa Barbara. Santa Barbara is like heaven on earth. It's kind of like Pacific Palisades. It's mind-boggling, gorgeous, ocean, mountains. And she got into that school, and when we went to see the school, she's like, I'm all in. I'm like, yeah, I don't blame you. Can I be all in? Like, holy crap. This is freaking gorgeous. And she ended up in a beach house, literally a Malibu beach house on Santa Barbara on the ocean in Goleta. It's gorgeous. In fact, if you ever want to go to the most gorgeous spot on earth and pretend you're in like Spain, like Mallorca, go to the Ritz-Carlton, the Bacara. And oh my God, you never have to leave the resort, and it's like spanning up. It's beautiful. So we go there a lot for Christmas. I'm getting really off tangent. I might have to pull the plug. So please zoom through, because now I have to finish my story, and I'm going off on tangents because I don't even know why I got here. Oh, I do. So spending Christmas in California, that was the point. So anyways, before that, I explaining that my mother passed. My daughter was out there alone. So the first year in college, I had my house up for sale. I'm like, okay, I'm going to move. And I had a pretty decent job selling, fine, really fine, like bougie jewelry in Oak Brook, Illinois, very bougie store. And it was a fun job, and it was perfect for a single mom. And then as I'm preparing to have my house on the market and all that, I met my boyfriend. So things do work out weird. And I don't change my life for a man. That is not me. I would never, ever do that. I'm not that way. I waited. I was not even dating. I was starting to date again, but I didn't give a shit. My daughter went off to school. I'm like, I'll go out and have fun if I meet somebody, whatever. I wasn't looking for a man, okay? It was just, I met this really great guy that turned out to be like a godsend. He's just unreal to me. He's almost, sadly, I mean, now that I know him, yeah, he's not like absolutely perfect, but he was just the most authentic human being I've ever met. He's not a liar, a cheater. He's just solid family man, comes from an Italian, like really traditional family, was raised right. He's not like, player guy. And he was just the perfect match for me. I mean, we were both sitting home alone, eating our dinners, working, and now we're like, been together 10 years, and we eat dinner together. I go up and create my shit. He goes to smoke his cigars and watch Svengoolie, and we're all good. And we're not up each other's asses. That's not my lifestyle. I don't ever want to be up anybody's ass. But I did move in here a year ago or something because, I'm getting older, and I wanted to sell my house before the market took a total piss, which the interest rates were really high. So did you want my life story? Because you're getting it. I'm so sorry. Back to Pacific Palisades. I went out there 2 years ago, and my daughter and I, instead of going to Santa Barbara for Christmas, we went to, I just said in the morning, randomly, because we wake up together, she's, making me coffee, and I'm like, screw that, let's go get a cool coffee and just pick a really beautiful town. It's Christmas Day. We're in sweats, but thank God not pajamas, and like Ugg boots, and we grabbed her dog, her little dachshund, and I'm like, let's go walk the dog, grab a coffee, because, I marvel. I'm like, take me to a beautiful town. So she's like, oh, yeah, I don't think you've seen Pacific Palisades. It's gorgeous. And I know of an area that you could just sit and look over a cliff. And it's actually like 3 benches, and it's in a neighborhood. So you drive by. She goes, my friend's parents live there. I have another friend that they live there. And I'm like, oh my God, what a life. Like, these people were getting up. It was Christmas morning. And now I'm sure their houses are gone. In fact, I could cry thinking about it because it was Christmas morning and we're sitting on the bench with our coffee and our dog and admiring and marveling. And they all walk out and they're like dressed in their vests and, you know, for their morning, probably going to a brunch or just walking the dog, and beautiful families, and just coming out to just, again, marvel at the beauty because they probably had family in town. It was the holidays. And I was like, God, Alexander, this is paradise on earth. In fact, I took a photo of just what I was looking at, and it looks like an oil painting that I could sell. Like, it doesn't even look real. It was so gorgeous. And I'm sure all those houses are gone because my daughter told me all of her friends that had homes that were gone. And what's just so sad is that was one of the happiest days of my life, because when we do things spontaneously and we don't plan it to the letter and we have to be there at 7, you know, because we have reservations for a brunch, I don't ever have fun. I'm like nervous. So I'm just like, let's just kick it back. And we ended up going down into the town, which is gorgeous, and everything was open. In Pacific Palisades, like bakeries were open, restaurants were open, little shops were even open on Christmas Day. Everybody had their dogs. There was a tree in the center of town, massive. Everybody was taking photos. Everybody knew each other. Our dogs were running around, and I'm like, what a life. This town is it's like bougie, but very close-knit. And we were so like sloppy. I was kind of like embarrassed because I wasn't planning on going out to like a bougie restaurant, but there was like a patio restaurant. I can't remember the name, but I like ran in, left the dog, and I said to the hostess, because it was early, it was like 11, and some people were all dressed up, a woman in a red suit coming for like their brunch, and I was like, what the hell, I'm going to ask. And I'm like, hey, if we just sat out and grabbed like a mimosa and took our doggie out there on the patio, because I see a little table still out there, would that be cool? And she's like, yeah, oh, sure. So I'm like, yay. And my daughter's like embarrassed. She's like, Mom, we look hideous. And I'm like, I don't care. I mean, we don't know these people. So we sat down. We had like salmon on a bagel and shared it with capers and a couple of mimosas and the doggie there. And when we left and we walked around the shops and stuff and took photos, I'm like, this is one of the best days of my life. Like, this was so random, never been there. And I can't even imagine what people that live there every day and wake up to that beauty. And it's to marvel, it's grandeur. And I don't think they would ever get used to that lifestyle or not appreciate it. And I just think they must be just gut punched and devastated. So I have cried many tears. I've come home and seen it on TV, and California is my home away from home, and LA is, and you know, my daughter's friends are affected. My daughter's upset, and it's not even over yet. So I'm sorry I went on that tangent. Should I just stop showing jewelry and come back tomorrow? Because this is already 27 minutes. But if you're bored and you want to hear a story, and a true story, and of California is I say Italy is my home away from home, but in the United States, California, like LA, Santa Barbara, San Diego, not so much. My mother lived there. It's kind of boring, but it's just sad. So I am going to donate. I just don't know what to do. They're already like, don't need clothes and stuff like that. Okay. Oh, okay. I'm going to go on another tangent. We're going to have a fit, because I don't know how I got on this. I was talking about something I would never sell. I don't know how I go on these tangents. I have to watch this back and see how I segued from jewelry to all of that. Doggies, coffee, walking, fires. Because this now is a segue. When I said I would never sell these, and now I could cry again because I bought these, oh my God, 20 years ago. There was a Ralph Lauren. They had an estate case, and it was in Malibu. And Malibu's completely wiped out as far as the homes on the ocean. It's another place we would hang out. And they have a beautiful shopping center. I hope it's still there. It's like a strip mall, but it's, you know, gorgeous. And these were in Ralph Lauren's estate jewelry case. And I had never in my life, they're like seed pearl, antique. I mean, I have them in one of my shorts, but I would never sell them. I was just kind of putting them out there for a drool factor. And I mean, for literally, they're stunning. So I don't spend, like, especially as a mom, you know, single mom, I would never spend $400 on earrings, like, ever. That just wasn't my vibe. Plus, my parents were into jewelry, so it's not like I got a lot of jewelry, you know, inherited, and I didn't have to buy it. So when I saw these, I'm like, holy moly, I will never see those again. I couldn't get out my credit card fast enough, $400. And I would have paid $650 if that's how much they were, because they are exquisite, one of a kind, and they're light, and I wear them. I start to pull them out again because I'm like, why don't I wear these? I gotta stop thinking that they're fancy, because I don't have a fancy life. So I'm just going to throw it on with cash. I could even wear them today with this Italian silver. So that's a segue to Malibu and the earrings I will never sell. Okay. Oh, I'm exhausted. I don't even feel like talking anymore. I'm so sorry. I'm so emotional. I showed you the cuffs, right? So at least we got the cuffs. We got the necklace. In here, that's about it. Oh my God, I'm so sad. I just got depressed. What I'm going to do here, because I just wasted all of your time. So when I watch this back, if it's totally ridiculous, I'm going to just delete. But what I'm going to do here is, instead of showing you individual rings, I'm going to let you just take pause the video on it, and I'm just going to hold it. So all these are for sale. These are all sterling, maybe some are Navajo. They're all vintage. I've got the Zuni Kachina face. This is the most expensive one, so I'm just going to point that out. It's a Zuni inlaid. I can't see. I gotta go like that. Anyways, I'll just take this one off. The most expensive. This is Zuni. You see the Kachina face in the middle, and the cutout, and the inlay, and the mother of pearl, and all of that detail. You can tell that Zuni. Look at the intricacy here. It's very fine. I mean, superbly finely made. It's not chunky. It's just big. I have $175 on it because I've been in stores and I know what they sell them for. But I'm going to sell this one for $125. That's the only one. The rest, that's the only one I'm even going to explain the price. And size-wise, if you like it, because, I mean, again, I would cry. This could go in my keeper box, but I want to show you beautiful things. And I can't show you beautiful things and not sell them all the time. There's a lot of people that do that. And they're like, isn't this gorgeous? Not for sale. Isn't it not for... But I'm like, well, I want to buy something. And I'm doing it, too, with those earrings and other things. So I got to not do that because it's annoying. This is an 8.5. So if you want a gorgeous Zuni, fine sterling stunner that I adore, I'm going to put it on. I'm going to do $125 on it to part with it. The rest, just take a look. And if size-wise, I would probably be buying from 6.5s to, 10s. There is a 10 band here that's also for sale. I don't know where it is. Here. This could be for a guy, could be for a woman. It's almost Sajin vibes. I'm not even sure, but this one would be 38. The little guys here, 1, 2, all the little guys would be 30. I'd go 32. This Zuni one I probably wouldn't sell. It's very rare, so it's not going to be. I'm going to put it on my finger. It's too rare. Yeah, you know what I mean. So I can't really sell that one. But all the other ones. This one is the pieces when you have the coral and the turquoise, and it's in crushed, and it's inlaid. That one will be 75. It's gorge. 75. This one's 75. Medium sized ones would be about here, 45. I probably paid more. This one would be 65. They're all different, but they range from, what did I say, 32 to 125 only for this. So these all range from 32, sorry to be confusing, these all range from 32 to 75. So if you like something in there, it's not more than 75, and if it's small, it's probably 32. If it's medium, it's probably 60, and if it's bigger, it's probably 75. This one to die is 125. But I shouldn't have even shown it. But and this one, the Sajin, it's a size 10 band. Whatever I said, 30. I don't care. That's it. I feel really bad. I wasted all your time, and then I barely showed you jewelry, but I saved you time with that. So just stop the video if you like one, or screenshot it, and then just go, hey, text me 708 217-1600, and be like, Lori, I like that one. What size? How much? And I'll text you back in 5 minutes and let you know. I mean, this one too, it's another fave. I mean, they are beautiful, and they tend to all look amazing together because I bought them for me to like actually wear together. So, I mean, so many to choose. I wouldn't even be able to choose anymore. I just have too much, and so I need to lessen my load. And you know, with everybody out there losing possessions, this doesn't feel right. So thank you very much. Love you. Ciao.